My dear beautiful soul, I say to you today, with the firmness of a mighty oak and the tenderness of a spring morning, do not panic. Do not allow fear to tie your spirit into knots. Do not let worry rob you of your sacred peace. You see, God, the great architect of every good and perfect thing, has already carved a path just for you. Even now, while you wrestle with uncertainty, even now, while you stand before what seems like a wall with no doors, God has already prepared the right door, the blessed door, the door that no man can shut. Trust this. Trust it deep in your bones. Life will try to tell you that you are lost. Life will throw storms at you and dare you to forget who you are. But darling, you must stand tall, stand resilient like the mountains, stand steady like the rivers that have learned to dance around rocks. Know this, the closed doors, the delays, the detours, they are not punishments. They are part of the preparation. Every no you have ever faced, every tear you have ever cried has been watering the garden of your destiny. God is not just preparing the door for you. He is preparing you for the door. My beloved friend, hear me now and hold these words close to your heart. Do not panic and do not give fear a seat at your table. Life will rise up against you like a great and roaring tide and try to drown your dreams in doubt. Fear will whisper in your ear when the night is deep and the road is rough, telling you that you have been forgotten, telling you that you are alone. But fear is a liar. Fear is the thief of promise. Fear will have you believing that because you cannot see the hand of God moving, he must not be moving at all. I tell you today with the certainty of the sun rising and setting, that you are never alone, and God's hands are always busy weaving the unseen blessings of your tomorrow. Panic is a wild thing. It stirs up the waters of your mind, causing you to lose sight of the shore. It clouds your vision, makes you question your worth, makes you forget the victories that brought you this far. But you, my dear, were not made for fear. You were made for courage, for perseverance, for hope. You were crafted by the Almighty with strength stitched into the very lining of your soul. When fear comes knocking, and it will, you must meet it with the memory of every time you thought you would fall, but found yourself still standing. Every time you thought the end had come, but found life blooming in unexpected places. Remember those times, hold them as your shield, and do not panic. You see, panic is a confession that we have forgotten who holds tomorrow. Panic says, it's all up to me, but faith says, it's all in God's hands. When you lean into fear, you lean away from the truth of God's sovereignty. When you allow yourself to be swallowed by dread, you turn your face away from the light that has guided you since your first breath. No, my precious one, you must not panic. You must not give fear the final word. Life is not a series of accidents. It is a tapestry being masterfully woven by hands far wiser and kinder than we can comprehend. In those moments when your chest tightens and your mind races, when you feel the world crumbling beneath your feet, that is when you must stand still. That is when you must breathe in deeply the sweet, ancient air of trust. Breathe it in until your shoulders drop, until your heart slows its frantic beating, until you can once again hear the still, small voice whispering, "Be still and know that I am God." For in the stillness, you will find your strength. In the calm, you will find your courage. In the waiting, you will find that God has already made a way. We are not called to understand everything. We are called to trust through everything. Trust is not born in ease. It is born in fire. It is born in the dark hours when prayers seem to echo into silence. It is born when you have nothing left to cling to but a whisper of hope, and somehow that whisper becomes enough. Do not panic when the answers do not come swiftly. Do not panic when the door does not swing open with the first knock. Do not panic when the journey takes you through deserts and valleys. For the same God who paints the morning skies with glory is the God who is painting your life with promise. Panic will tell you that the absence of signs is the absence of God. But oh, if you could only see with heaven's eyes, if you could glimpse even a corner of the work being done on your behalf behind the veil. Every day angels are dispatched in your favor. Every day crooked paths are being made straight. Every day chains are being broken that you do not even know are there. Every day God is orchestrating meetings, miracles, and mercies with your name stitched into them. You have not been forgotten. You have not been overlooked. You are not lost. You are exactly where you need to be for your soul to grow and for your miracle to find you. So, my dear one, throw off the heavy cloak of panic. Cast it far from your shoulders. Walk boldly, even if you must walk slowly. Walk steadily, even if the ground shakes. Walk with the spirit that says, I will not be moved. I will not be shaken. My God is for me, and I will not fear. Life will not always be gentle. Storms will howl and rivers will rise. But remember, even the fiercest winds must bow before the one who speaks peace. Be still. It's good for you and helpful for you. You carry within you the spirit of survivors, warriors, and dreamers. You carry within you the breath of the Almighty. Fear has no claim on you. Panic has no power over you. You are held. You are guided. You are loved beyond measure. Trust that. Rest in that. Walk with the dignity of knowing that every step you take is cradled by grace. Do not panic, beloved. God has already gone ahead of you and prepared the way. My dear heart, I say to you, do not curse the closed doors in your life. Do not shake your fists at the heavens when you come upon them. Do not call yourself unlucky because a path you wanted to walk has been sealed off. Closed doors, those barriers that seem to mock our longing, are not punishments from the Almighty. They are lessons. They are gentle divine redirects meant to save your precious soul from walking into places not fit for your spirit. When a door does not open, it is not because you are unworthy. It is because you are being shielded, shaped, and seasoned for something far greater than what your eyes can see and your heart can imagine. You see, life is a master teacher. It knows when to sit you down. It knows when to humble you. It knows when to hold back your dreams until you are ready, until you are strong enough to hold the blessing without it crumbling you. Closed doors are not the end of your story, child. They are the sacred spaces where your character is refined, where your resilience is polished until it shines like the morning sun. A closed door will make you look again, think again, pray again. A closed door will drive you deeper into the well of your own strength, where you will find courage you did not know you possessed. When you face a closed door, remember that God sees the full horizon, while you may only glimpse a few trembling steps ahead. What you call rejection, He calls protection. What you call delay, He calls preparation. Every denied opportunity, every unanswered prayer, every time you stood in front of what you thought was your destiny and found it locked tight, these were not the end, but the necessary curves in the road that are shaping you, molding you, chiseling you into the person who can carry the glory that awaits you. I tell you this because I have seen it with my own eyes. I have lived through seasons of yearning, knocking, pleading, only to find the doors I wanted most refusing to budge. And oh, the sorrow of those moments. The nights when tears fell like rain and questions flooded my mind like angry rivers. But looking back now with the wisdom that only time and grace can give, I see those closed doors as some of the greatest blessings ever bestowed upon me. They were not denials of my worth. They were affirmations of my destiny. They were divine protections, keeping me from paths that would have broken my spirit or dimmed my light. So if today you find yourself before a door that refuses to open, take heart, dear soul. That door is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It is your guardian. It is a message wrapped in silence that says, not here, not yet, not this way. Listen to the wisdom of the closed door. It is telling you that your blessing is still ripening, that your gifts are still being sharpened, that the place prepared for you is still being adorned in beauty beyond your wildest dreams. Do not waste your precious spirit pounding on doors that were never yours to enter. Do not lose your peace trying to force open what God Himself has shut. Instead, stand tall, stand grateful, stand knowing that the closed door is part of the preparation for the open one that is coming. Know that every no is building the strength you will need to carry the yes. Know that every delay is fortifying your faith so that when the right door swings wide, you will not walk through it timidly, but with the boldness of someone who knows they belong. You are not forgotten because the door is closed. You are not unloved because the answer was no. You are being refined, purified, and sanctified for a blessing so tailor-made for you that if you could see it now, you would weep tears of joy. And when that day comes, when the right door, your door, opens with ease and the light pours in, you will understand. You will see that not a single moment was wasted. You will bless the closed doors. You will thank them for the strength they gave you, for the humility they taught you, for the faith they planted in your heart. Walk on, beautiful soul. Walk on past the doors that do not open. Walk on with your head held high and your spirit unbroken. Walk on knowing that your journey is being orchestrated by a hand mightier than any human resistance. The closed door is not your defeat. It is your deliverance. It is the silent hymn of a God who loves you too much to let you settle for less than what you were created for. Trust the preparation. Honor it. And one day you will look back and understand that every closed door was a step on the sacred path toward your greatest blessing. There is a truth that too many of us rush past in our eager, hungry living, and it is this. While you are praying for the door to open, God is preparing you for the doorway. You are not merely waiting for an opportunity, you are being shaped for it. You are not simply sitting at the threshold, you are becoming the kind of soul who can walk through it and stay standing once you do. Life has a way of pressing us, of pulling and stretching, and sometimes even breaking us a little. Not to destroy us, but to enlarge us, to deepen our wells, to widen our spirits, so that when the blessing arrives, we are ready to receive it without crumbling beneath its weight. It is a tender mercy, though it seldom feels like mercy at the time, that God spends so much care on the preparation of our character. We cry out, "Lord, open the door," but the wise and loving Father whispers back, "Child, let me open you first." It is not the opportunity that must change. It is you. It is your heart that must be healed from the bitterness of old disappointments. It is your mind that must be renewed from the limiting beliefs you have carried like shackles. It is your spirit that must be strengthened so that you will not lose yourself in the glory when it comes. What good is it to walk into a great room of destiny if you are too broken, too insecure, too fearful to claim it as your own? You see, God is not just the God of the open door. He is the God of the making ready. He is the potter and you are the clay. The molding and shaping are holy acts. When life seems slow, when you feel stuck in seasons of obscurity or endless preparation, it is not because you are forgotten. It is because you are loved. You are being carefully, painstakingly prepared for a calling that will demand every ounce of strength, patience, humility, and grace you can carry. The door is not the prize, beloved. The woman or man you become while waiting for that door, that is the true triumph. Preparation often wears the clothes of loneliness. It sometimes smells like disappointment and tastes like delay. But preparation is the kindest gift. It weans you from the applause of people. It roots you so deeply in your purpose that no storm can uproot you later. It teaches you to find joy in obscurity so that you do not lose your soul in the spotlight. If God gave you every dream the moment you asked, if he swung open every door at your first knock, you would walk into blessings you are not yet strong enough to carry. You would crumble beneath the beauty because you had not yet built the bones to bear it. So take heart, dear one. Do not despise the season of being made ready. Every tear you shed in the waiting, every prayer you whisper in the dark, every morning you rise and choose to believe, even when you cannot yet see, all of it is doing a holy work within you. It is enlarging your heart to hold more love. It is sharpening your mind to speak more wisdom. It is rooting your soul in humility so that when you stand in rooms you once only dreamed of, you will not boast in your strength, but marvel in his goodness. You must understand that destiny is not merely a matter of being at the right place at the right time. Destiny is being the right person when the right time comes. The door may already be ready, but are you? That is the question the heavens ask in the waiting. And so the loving hand of God keeps shaping, keeps teaching, keeps leading you beside still waters and into green pastures, sometimes through valleys, so that you may learn trust in the shadow as well as in the sun. It's building your resilience. He is purifying your intentions. He is teaching your heart how to carry power without arrogance, how to walk in authority without forgetting compassion, how to rise without trampling others beneath your feet. Let patience have her perfect work in you. Let humility anchor your soul. Let gratitude guide your days. The preparation is not punishment, it is preservation. It is your training ground. It is your sacred becoming. One day when the right door swings wide and you step through it with grace, the world will marvel. But you will know. You will know that it was not just the door that opened. It was you who had been opened, expanded, matured, and made glorious for such a time as this. So stand firm, beautiful soul. Trust the slow work of God. Trust the silent seasons. Trust the invisible hands that are weaving strength into your bones and wisdom into your breath. The door is ready, yes, but more importantly, you are being readied to walk through it in power, in peace, and in purpose. Faith, my dear one, is not a lamp you carry to light the whole path. No, it is a soft flame you cradle in your hand, barely enough to see the next trembling step. Faith is not built on certainty. It is forged in the quiet courage to move when nothing is clear, when the winds howl and the night is thick and the road ahead looks like more mystery than promise. Faith is a song you hum in the darkness, a melody your soul knows even when your mind cannot comprehend it. Sight demands proof, demands evidence, demands the assurance of tomorrow laid bare before it. But faith, sweet, stubborn, sacred faith, needs only the whisper of God's voice to keep marching on. I have learned, through storms and stillness alike, that faith often feels foolish to the watching world. When you step forward with nothing but a word from God tucked inside your spirit, people will call you naive. They will shake their heads and whisper that you have lost your mind. Let them talk, let them doubt. Their sight is too small to comprehend the vision God has planted in you. Faith is not for the faint of heart. It is for the warrior who dares to trust that the invisible is more real than what the eyes can behold. It is for the dreamer who believes that what God has promised, he is faithful to complete. Walking by faith is not an easy path. It is a road paved with moments of trembling knees and racing heartbeats. It is walking into a room where you know no one and trusting that God has already prepared a place for you. It is applying for the job, starting the business, writing the book, moving to the new city, standing in front of the closed door, and believing with your whole being that somehow, some way, it will open or something better will be revealed. Faith demands your trust when logic demands you sit down and give up. Faith says keep moving even when everything in you wants to turn back to the false comfort of what you once knew. You must understand, precious soul, that faith is not pretending that fear does not exist. Faith is staring fear in the face and choosing to walk anyway. Faith is carrying hope like